Well, good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am coming at you very fresh face this morning. I've just got out of the shower, I was about to start putting on my makeup and I thought let's have a little bit of a catch up because I feel like it's been a little while. I haven't vlogged for a couple of days. It's been really lovely, but I thought that we could catch up whilst I kind of get ready for this morning and do a bit of a get ready with me. I'm currently just using the NARS. This is the sheer, no, not sheer glow, it's the light reflecting foundation, and I always mix it in with my Pixie H2O skin tint, mainly because this is like the perfect colour for me, but it's not quite heavy enough, whereas this gives a much better coverage. And I basically just do a squirt of each of those, mix it all together and dab it on my face, and I find that's kind of like the best mixture of like coverage and colour for me. As I said, it's been a few days since I last spoke to you and the UK heat wave it's come out to play. It really has. We've had the most gorgeous weather for the last like week and a half, which has been so lovely and very welcome. I feel like it took so long to get here, but now that it's here, I don't want to hear any complaints about the heat because we've all been wanting a gorgeous UK summer. So we actually spent the weekend with Alex's family up in Sheffield, which was so lovely. It was a long old drive to get there from all the way here down south, but it was really nice. And the best part is that his brother has aircon in the upstairs bedroom, so it was very nice at night. We stayed nice and cool, we didn't need any fans, and it was one of those things where he was like, this has honestly been like the best investment we ever made in our house. I think he said it cost about £4 grand, but worth every penny, and after experiencing it, I don't disagree. So I think when we eventually come to buy a house, we'll definitely look at getting aircon installed, even if it's not in like the whole house. They only had it upstairs. It was so worth it. I've just used the Laura Mercier bronzer, by the way. Absolutely love this. It's just like a really nice one for summer. Just gives a really lovely glow. It's like a great way of just adding a little bit of extra kind of contouring and bronzing without it being too much. I don't like it to be too heavy. And then one trick that I've learned actually recently is to go back in with your foundation brush and just kind of clean up underneath, and it just helps to create a bit more of a sharp line with your contour. But yeah, it was such a lovely weekend. We basically just spent the weekend running around after their kids, having barbecues, enjoying the sunshine, and it's one of those weekends we just think this is what it's all about, isn't it? This is what it's all about. But one thing that his wife had there, and honestly I was so excited when she told me that she had one, because we were just chatting about hair and I was telling her about the fact that my heatless curls are just not really working for me. I just think it doesn't quite work on shorter hair. I think my hair's also just way too silky, and I do need a bit of heat to kind of get something in my hair. Like, it's fairly malleable, but I do find that it just drops out throughout the day and I don't get like a lovely, you know, loose curly wave that most girls get from heatless waves. So anyway, we were just chatting about that and I was saying that I would really love to get the Dyson Airwrap, but the problem with it is that you can't try it before you buy it, and it's a lot of money to spend on something that you don't know if it's going to be worth it. You don't know if it's going to work on your hair. You're not really sure how it kind of like goes. And she turned to me, she was like, I've got a Dyson Airwrap upstairs. And I looked at her like, are you kidding me? She was like, yeah, come upstairs and try it. So I like literally ran in the shower, washed my hair so that I could try the Dyson Airwrap, and I kind of fell in love with it. It gives like a really lovely curl, and the best part about having her there was she could kind of explain to me like, right, your hair needs to be 80% dry, and you know, okay, so this one twists this way and this one twists this way, and try this and do that. And it was just so nice to have her to be able to kind of be there and like talk me through it and explain it to me. And after trying it, I absolutely fell in love with it. So I placed an order. Probably one of the biggest impulse buys I've ever bought because it is not cheap. I honestly thought it was like maybe like a couple £100. I thought it was about the same price as the hairdryer. Oh no, it's about 480 something pounds. I'll link it down below. They have two alternative versions now. They've got one for longer hair, one for shorter hair. So I obviously went for the one with shorter hair, being a short hair girl myself, and I'm so excited for it to try. It is arriving today. I've got a hair wash due tonight, So I'm so excited to give it a proper test run, a proper tryout, and basically talk you guys through it, because I think it is quite a game changer. And I think basically the main thing I've been worried about recently, that I think I've kind of like spoken about on here quite a lot, I'm just like waving my eyebrow products around, the Dior eyebrow pencil and the Refi brow gel, of course. But yeah, I feel like I've just been quite worried recently about how much heat I'm using on my hair, especially if I curl it. I do find I have to curl it pretty much every day, and that's literally using heat on it every day, and then if I'm not curling it, I'm straightening it. So again, heat. It's just not the best thing, and I do find that by that third day, I try to leave my hair 3 days before I wash it. By that third day, it is straw, like literal straw, and I hate how it feels. And I oil it, and I do everything I can, but it just feels so dehydrated and dry. So I'm really excited to try the Dyson Airwrap, because I've read loads of reviews online, and I've seen loads of people talking about it. And one thing that someone, I think she did a Q&A on her Instagram, and I could not even tell you who it was, but she was talking through it, and like loads of people were asking, you know, how long it lasts and blah blah blah. And one thing that she said was, this isn't like using curling tongs. This isn't going to last 3-4 days, and you don't have to top your hair up, which I don't know anyone whose hair lasts 3-4 days when they tong it anyway. But she was saying this is like a daily thing. Like as soon as I sleep on it, it falls out and it doesn't look the same. But I just give it a top up the next morning. I think she said she uses like a little spritz of heat protector just to kind of almost dampen the hair a little bit and protect it at the same time. Uses a little spritz of that, redoes it every single morning, but it's not obviously using that like really harsh heat on your hair. And especially if you straighten curl your hair like me, you're literally using that heat and pulling it and twisting it, and it's just so bad for your hair. So I'm really excited for the Dyson Airwrap to arrive, because it's been something I've been thinking about for a really long time. And although it's a bit of an impulse purchase, it's only an impulse purchase because this was the first time I've been able to actually try it, actually test it, and see how it fares. So yeah, I'm next going to put on some Laura Mercier blush. This is the only blush that I've ever used and ever liked. Like this is literally what's converted me onto blusher. I never ever used to use blusher. I just found that it didn't really suit me. I just found that it was a bit too much. But this is just honestly gorgeous, and I just put the tiniest little amount. Do you see? Just like little dots either side of my, like, I put it right, basically almost where you need highlight, but I've heard a lot of girls saying that's a great way to kind of pull your cheeks up. And then I currently use this is the Real Techniques brush 300. It's a very old one, but I like it. I think it's actually supposed to be a foundation brush, but I quite like it just kind of dabbing and pulling that blush up, because it means that it doesn't get too much. It's not too, I don't know, it's not too, whoa, you're wearing blush. It's just a really lovely way of adding a little bit of kind of warmth to your face and helping with that. I think it's called the French girl aesthetic, where you have like blush and eyeshadow the same colour, and they almost like blend into each other because you have the blush so high up on your cheekbones, and it really helps just kind of like pull your entire face up, because I personally have a very round face, so I like any kind of makeup trips and any kind of like techniques that can help not focus on the roundness here, but pull it up and kind of elongate it a little bit. So I then do another little dot on my eyes. I'm currently not really priming my eyes because I'm using such little products on them that I really don't feel like I need to. But if I do, if I've got like a really long day, then I'll use the NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. It's a really great one. But I also find, because this dries matte, this is like a really lovely one. It's a very odd texture because it's obviously very liquid when it first comes out, but once you get blending, once you get kind of patting in, it really mattifies. Not in like a drying way, just in a stay and put way. So I don't feel like I really need too much to keep it in place. And I also try and like to keep what's on my eyes as light as possible, especially when it's hot like this. I basically want as little as possible on my eyes, and as little as possible to kind of have the chance to sweat off, which I know sounds so gross and is so TMI, but if you're in and around the UK at the moment and you're feeling this 30-degree heat, then you will understand what I mean, because 30-degree heat in the UK just hits differently. Like, it's not normal for houses to have aircon. It's not normal for us to deal with this kind of heat. Most of our houses are built and like designed to keep heat in, to kind of like conserve energy in the winter. So once these kind of heat waves hit, it's tough. Okay, I'm then going to go in with my classic liner flick. This is basically what I do every single day. I've actually had quite a lot of questions to do a tutorial. I've definitely done one before, but I'll talk you guys through it just in case you haven't watched that video, because I don't remember which video it is, so I can't even link to it. But basically I go in with, this is actually an eyebrow brush, but I find it's a really great way at stamping on your eyeliner, and I use a brown eyeshadow. This is from the NARS Euphoria face palette, and it's got the perfect brown shade. Just so you can see how much I use it. That is absolutely gross, but it just is the perfect brown shade to kind of stamp eyeliner on. And I find if you use brown, it's a bit less harsh than black, and a little bit more just like natural. I really like it. So I basically just go in and just kind of stamp a classic line. God, this requires a lot of concentration. Okay, and now for the flick. Now, this is my secret formula, my hack way of creating a really, really sharp liner flick. I basically stamp the eyeliner just on the end. I don't worry about if it's too messy. I don't worry about if it's too thick. And then I go in with a cotton bud. And this is 100% just the secret trick. Sorry, I feel like I'm flashing there. 100% the secret trick at creating a really, really sharp line. You clean it up underneath with a cotton bud. You literally just swipe up and go from underneath the eyeliner, clean it up, and it creates the sharpest line. I absolutely adore this technique. I've been using this technique for so long now, and I always get compliments about my eyeliner, and it especially helps if you're someone who has hooded eyes. I have very, very hooded eyes, and I find it's a great way at creating that really sharp liner flick, making it not too much on your eyes, and really, again, pulling the face up. So I need to concentrate, but this is my technique. Okay, so do you see my liner flicks? Like, they're very thick, they're very messy, and then all you need to do is go in with the cotton bud from underneath and just pull up. And that difference is absolutely insane. Do you see how sharp that liner flick now? Honestly, it is just game changing. I'll then just go in with my foundation brush and just kind of tidy up and make sure that I've not like fully taken off my makeup. Sometimes if you want to as well, you can always go back in with the eyeshadow brush you were using and just dab around the kind of bottom area here, just to make sure that it hasn't like completely removed all of your makeup. And then I just clean up any kind of like fallout, anything around the waterline. Just make sure it's really nice and sharp. And honestly, it is such a game-changing way to do your eyeshadow. It literally takes me 5 minutes normally when I'm like, you know, concentrating, not talking to you guys, and there's not too much pressure on. Because that was a lot of pressure, and I'm very glad that it went right first time. I'm gonna curl my lashes, but yeah, basically we just had the loveliest weekend with family. It was so nice to spend it somewhere else, and I can't believe it was as hot up in Sheffield, because normally when we go and visit Alex's family, it's a good 2-3 degrees cooler up there. It did not feel it. Like, maybe it was, but it was still so hot when we were out there. So I'm so glad that they had a hot tub, which we spent a lot of the time in, and air conditioning. They were honestly set up for the heat wave, and it's just made us realize how not set up our house is, because our house gets a lot of sunlight, and it does get really, really warm. But it was just so nice to spend the weekend with family and just have the most wholesome weekend, test out some new products, like have some good old girly chat. It was really, really lovely. Now, I have recently been sent something that I've not actually opened yet, and I thought we could try it out this morning together. It's the Laura Mercier Caviar Volume Mascara. Now, you guys will know I am very, very loyal to my Lancome Hypnose. I absolutely adore this mascara, so it's going to take a lot to kind of pull me away from that mascara and make me want to try something different. So I really wanted to try the Laura Mercier. Now, you guys know I often get like send outs from them, things to try out, things to test. Now, I don't believe this is a new launch. I think this is mascara that's been around for quite a long time, but I'm really, really excited to give it a go. I've already curled my lashes, so they're all ready and primed, and I thought I could give you my first impressions here and now. Okay, I like the mascara wand that it's got. It's quite a nice one. It's like, I feel like you either go down the very like plasticky synthetic route, or you go down the more kind of like almost natural route. And okay, I'm a little bit nervous. I've not tried a new mascara in quite a while, so I'm gonna give it a little wiggle. First thoughts is it's definitely not as like thick. I was a little bit worried it was gonna be quite, you know when a mascara makes your lashes look almost spidery because it's so thickening? Oh, I quite like that. Bottom lashes as well. Anyone that doesn't do their bottom lashes, I don't know how you do it, because I just need that balance when it comes to my mascara, but I really like that. I think that adds a nice amount of volume and length without it being spidery at all. And it's quite buildable. As you can see, I'm layering up and it's not going like really thick and clumpy. So I'm quite impressed with that. Also, a technique that I've heard is a really great way to get more volume in your lashes is to wiggle your mascara right at the root of your lashes and then pull up. And I definitely think it makes a difference. Oh my goodness. Okay, I am really liking this mascara. Okay, first impressions are very positive. I really enjoy this mascara. I think it's really, really lovely. Not too spidery, not too much, just a really nice natural mascara. So I will link that down below along with all of the products I've been talking about this morning because that is so lovely. I really, really enjoyed that. So just gonna put on my Stippalick. I mean, would I be using anything other than the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm in Orgasm? Literally my favourite, but yeah, current makeup, very glowy, very lightweight, very simple. I feel like on a day when I'm not talking to camera, when I'm just kind of like cracking on and doing it, this literally takes me 10 minutes. This and then maybe another 10-15 minutes for my hair and I'm good to go. So it's like a really quick morning routine, really lovely like summery routine. But yeah, really impressed with this mascara. My first impressions are very, very positive. So we'll see how it kind of fares throughout the day. Obviously it is a heatwave day. I am going to be getting sweaty, so I'm hoping that I don't have a lot of fallout from this. But I feel like I won't. I feel like this is a really, really good mascara. I have a feeling this might be a new favourite. And that is a big, big claim. Because as I said, I've been so loyal to the Lancome Hypnose for so long. So it really does go to show how much I'm really enjoying this new mascara for me to say that it might be replacing my ultimate favourite. So ready for the day. I have a lot of work bits that I need to crack on with. And I definitely need to keep an eye out for the door for when the new Dyson Airwrap arrives. I'm so excited for it to come, for us to test it together, do a bit of a first impressions, do a bit of kind of like, I'm not going to say tutorial because I don't really know what I'm doing, but I have been kind of told what to do so we can try it out together. And if you're a shorter haired girl like me and you've always worried about products like this, hopefully we'll be able to give it a try together and you'll be able to see that it suits us shorter girls too. So I'm going to go crack on with the rest of my day now. It has arrived. The Dyson Airwrap has arrived. Let's see if we can get this bad boy open. I feel like this isn't the best sellotape in the world, but this is honestly the biggest box I think I've ever seen. It definitely was not necessary. Oh, I'm pretty sure it wasn't necessary. Oh my goodness, look at that. And here she is in all of her glory. So I went for the Dyson Airwrap Complete. And this is the newer colour version. I definitely prefer it to the other one. It feels a bit more like upmarket, a little bit bougier. So does it tell you? Here we go. All of the attachments that it comes with. So we've got obviously the wand, and then it comes with the one that like kind of really smooths your hair, which I am debating whether that one would be good for my bob or one of the other ones. Then we've got the two twisty barrels, which these now twist both ways. So before it was like you'd have to use one for one way and one for the other. I believe they now twist it both ways. We've got the smaller barrel, the larger barrel. I think I'm definitely going to be the smaller barrel. We then have the hot brushes, which these are what I'm thinking might be really good for my like little bobby bob, or even the round volumizing brush I think might be great for my bob. So I'm so excited to give this a try. Literally can't wait to jump in the shower tomorrow morning and give my hair a good old wash so that I can give this a real test run. Good morning everyone, it is the next day now. I just want to say that I promise this entire vlog isn't just going to be me sitting here in my robe, but I ended up being so busy yesterday. It became a bit of an admin laptop day and I just didn't really pick up the camera. But as you would have seen, my new baby has arrived. I'm so excited. It came in the biggest, most unnecessary box I think I've ever seen from John Lewis. It was probably, you know, like the Amazon like reels and like jokey videos that people do where it's like they just throw in something really small into a huge box. It was basically that. So this is my new Dyson Airwrap, which I'm so excited about. So yes, I am up, I'm up and showered this morning. I went for a run and washed my hair afterwards, and I really hope you can't hear the fan going on beside me because it is hot. I'm not gonna lie, probably wasn't the best idea to decide to do the Dyson Airwrap like test when it's this hot because it is really, really warm today. I think it's about 29 degrees and it's just going to be getting hotter. Let me double check. Okay, so it's currently 22 degrees, but it's going to be going up to about 28 today, which is very, very warm. So I'm not entirely sure how well the curls are going to last in terms of just the fact that it's so warm. They're going to drop out. I do find that my hair, when it's like humid and hot, my hair does drop out a little bit more, but we're going to give it a test. We're going to see how they fare. We're going to see how they do. So let me open this baby up, and here she is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. I don't know where I'm going to put this actually. I haven't even really thought about where I've got the kind of room to store it, because it is rather large, but we've got all the attachments here in the box. We've got obviously the big wand, the really smoothing one, the brush, the 2 barrels, another brush, and then the kind of like blow dry-esque one. Oh my goodness. Woo, first time unpacking. Okay, so we're ready. We are ready to try out the new Airwrap. I've just put on the smaller barrel, and as I was saying before, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but just there on the newer ones, it's basically got this like clip, so you kind of just change this depending on which way you want your hair to go. Now I've just basically left my hair to air dry actually this morning. I feel like it's going to be a test of like what's better, letting it air dry, blow drying it, kind of like blast drying it a little bit, but I got out of the shower and just thought I'll let it air dry whilst I do my makeup, and I would say it's about 60% dry at the moment, and I've been told the optimum kind of dryness to start with is 80%, but I don't really want to give it a blast dry. I think I just want to try out with the new Dyson. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to section my hair off and just kind of chuck up the top half so that I can focus on the bottom bit. Okay, so I've been told by my sister-in-law to basically look in the mirror and make sure the arrow that you want is in the mirror facing the right way. So don't look at it like face on, because face on it's pointing towards me, but when I look at it in the mirror it's pointing away from my hair. So I always want to be doing the curls away from my face basically. So I feel like I've got it highest heat, I've got it all the way up in terms of like speed of the fan, so we're gonna have to give this a go. Now one of the hardest things I definitely found when I was like testing hers out is basically I'm so used to obviously doing all the curls myself, and it's kind of just the trust of letting the device do its thing and basically just standing there, like sitting there and doing nothing. So right, let's give this a test. So oh my goodness, just look at the bounciness of that curl. Oh, I love it so much. One of my biggest concerns with this is obviously with the shorter hair, and definitely finding with the heatless waves and things like that, a lot of these kind of like hair devices aren't built for shorter hair, but I do feel like the Dyson, it doesn't really make a difference what hair length you have, especially because it kind of starts from the end of your hair and then curls inwards, whereas with a lot of devices it's about kind of like starting here and then curling outwards, so the shorter your hair is the harder it is. This one, oh my goodness, look at that curl. It's so cute. So the best piece of advice I got from my sister-in-law was basically hot for 8 seconds, cold for 8 seconds, and then leave it on as you pull it out. So let's do the rest of the underneath of my hair, because I love it so much. So this is the curls from the Dyson Airwrap. It's looking very froofy right now, but it really does look like a gorgeous kind of Chelsea blow dry, I think is the best way to describe it. Now, I've heard that when it comes to kind of brushing it through, you either use your fingers or a wide tooth comb. Do not use a brush because you will completely just lose all of the curls. So I'm just gonna give that a really light brush through, because I really don't want to lose the curls that I've just taken about half an hour to put in. It's definitely taken a long time, because obviously I'm just not really like used to it. And then I'll just give it another little spritz of hairspray. I mean, in terms of volume, it definitely has the volume that things like curlers and straighteners seem to lack. So I'll be very interested to see how this looks once it kind of settles a bit, drops a little bit. So I'll check back in with you in a minute. I'm gonna go and make myself a coffee, sit down and relax for a bit, get dressed properly, and then we'll check back in maybe about half an hour, when I feel like that's usually when my hair has really like dropped, settled, and it's kind of looking like how it's gonna look for the rest of the day. Okay, so dressed and ready now. I'm fully made up, got my jewellery on, got the cutest little dress on, and the hair has kind of dropped and settled, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. The only bit that I don't feel like has taken that well to the Airwrap is this front little fringy bit. I'm really debating whether the next time I go to the hairdressers, I stop doing the layering around the front, the kind of feathering, and just go for like block length, because I feel like that might make it kind of like sit better with the rest of my hair. But oh my goodness, the rest of it just looks gorgeous. It really does look like a Chelsea blow dry, which I just absolutely adore. I don't know if you know what I mean when I say Chelsea blow dry. I feel like, you know, the kind of OG Made in Chelsea series, maybe series 1 to like 7, where they would literally be, you know, they would do a lot of like B-roll and like clips where they would be somewhere in Chelsea. I feel like they used to like work with a lot of businesses back at the start, and it would literally just be 2 seconds of someone like just finishing their blow dry at the salon, and then the hairdresser would just like turn them around, and then they would like have a full-on conversation and all the gossiping and the chat and stuff like that. That is what it feels like, just like a really classic bouncy blow dry, which I really like. So as I said, I'm so interested to see how it's going to kind of stay and how it's going to fare throughout the week. I've put in a little bit of hairspray just to kind of keep it in place. I am aware that I'm probably going to have to top it up daily. Like, it's not the kind of thing that will really work as like a, you know, you do it once and it lasts 4 days, but as long as it lasts for the day, I will be very happy. And you can technically do it on dry hair. I think it would really help just to kind of, like if you wake up the next morning and it's gone a bit flat, or, you know, the curls aren't really staying in place as much, then you can just give it a little bit of a top up. But oh my goodness, I'm so happy. I think it looks really lovely, and I'm excited to just like test it out and try it out more and get to know it a bit better, because I feel like it is one of those products where you really do just have to like trial and test and trial until you get to a point where you're so familiar with it. It takes you 5 minutes in the morning. I mean, it did take me a good half an hour this morning to do it, but that's because it was a lot of faffing, as you would have seen in the time lapse. It was a lot of kind of like understanding what to do. Like, some bits of hair just didn't want to like take and things like that. So it's just about, I guess, learning your hair, like learning about your hair and learning what works with it. So yeah, I'm up and dressed now, ready for the day. I've got my Pandora jewellery on. I've gone for a bit of a silver and rose gold theme today. I feel like I'm very gold at the moment, and I wanted something a little bit different. I feel like different hair, different jewellery. So I've got on the really gorgeous halo necklace, which goes so well with my halo ring. They also do this in silver, which is so beautiful. It's just like a really gorgeous little circle with diamantes in, and you can wear it reversible as well if you don't want the sparkle. But I love how it goes with my rings. You've got the rose gold and the silver. I've just gone for little pearly earrings, and then bracelet wise, I've got on one of my favorites. This is actually a Pandora mini bracelet. This is a really gorgeous like chain link one, which is really lovely. It's really affordable as well, so it's a great starter into the brand. It's a great present. And then on this hand, I have gone for, again, rose gold and silver. I've obviously got my Apple Watch on, and then I've got the really gorgeous rose gold ring that just kind of crosses over, which is so lovely. So yeah. Oh, and outfit of the day. Oh my goodness, look at that volume. I just brushed my hands through my hair and it's just gone so big. But outfit of the day, I'm wearing this really gorgeous cupshe dress. I just wanted to be super comfortable and lightweight today. This dress I've worn so much. It's one of those dresses that is so affordable but looks so much more expensive than it actually is. I always get compliments when I wear this dress. It's literally cupshe. You can also shop it on Amazon. So I'll leave the Amazon link down below, because I find that's just a much easier way to shop cupshe, because I do find like with the returns, the delivery, things like that can be a bit tricky. So it's so much easier to shop it on Amazon. So I'll leave the link to this down below. You can see the John Lewis box here. Look at the size of this box compared to the size of the box of the Dyson Airwrap. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm definitely going to have to go to the recycling centre to get rid of that, because I don't think that's going to fit in our ordinary recycling bin. But yeah, feeling very happy with the new hair. Very happy testing out the new Dyson Airwrap. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun trialing it out and like trying the different attachments as well and just experimenting a bit more with my hair. But yeah, feeling nice and cool, nice and ready to get on with the day. Oh my goodness, I've just realised that I've almost forgotten to take my hair gummy vitamins for the day. These are the Hair Burst chewable hair vitamins. I recently picked them up if you watched my heatless waves video, and they are so good. I definitely think they're helping in terms of like my hair health at the moment. I'm noticing my hair's feeling really healthy, and I'm really debating, sorry that's very, I'm really debating whether I want to start growing my hair out just a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm loving short hair, but I just feel like maybe for autumn winter, I'm not sure, I haven't decided, but yeah, they're just these little, basically, almost like little eyebrows. They're so good. So I've just come downstairs and I was literally just about to say, I hope the noise isn't too much, I've got the doors open, yada yada. And as I was about to say that, the pigeon, I don't know how well you can hear it, but all I can hear right now is ooh, ooh, ooh. Literally all of the time, but it is just too hot not to have the door open today, so I hope you don't mind. I've got the bifolds open, but I wanted to come down here because I just had a new delivery arrive and I thought we could go through it, because it's from a new brand. I can't show you the brand without showing you my address, but it's from a brand called We Are We Wear, which is like, I think they do lots of like swimwear. I don't know if they're predominantly just swimwear, but I've heard some really good things about them. And basically, I think I've mentioned already, but I'm actually going away again at the end of this month, which I'm so excited about. It's gonna be a really, really lovely trip. And after my trip to Ibiza, I've definitely felt a lot more confident in like bikinis and wearing things that are a little bit more like, I'm not gonna say revealing, but basically just being a bit more confident in my body when I'm like away and stuff. So I picked up a few new things that I wanted to show you, which I thought would be perfect for the holiday. Now they're all black just because I do find it's a lot easier to wear black and feel confident in it. So the first one, oh my goodness, is a really gorgeous pair of super, super high-waisted bikini bottoms. And I'm not gonna lie, I really struggle finding high-waisted bikini bottoms that are like really high-waisted. Most of them call high-waisted where they come kind of like, that to me is more like high-rise, not high-waisted. Anything below the belly button is not high-waisted to me. I want it all the way up to my rib cage so that I have the smallest amount of midriff showing between the bottoms and at the top. So they've got this really gorgeous like ruche detail at the side that you can, I think, pull in. Yeah, it looks like you can kind of adjust. They're a stunning material, like a really soft swimming costume material. And I picked them up in a large, which I think might be a little bit big. Maybe I should have gone for a medium, but I'm gonna be brave and try them on with you guys so I can show you what they look like. So we've got the bikini bottoms there, and what I really liked about I can't say it quickly, We Are We Wear. What I really liked about We Are We Wear is that loads of their things were like very, you know, like mix and match and things like that. So we've got this really cute little top. Look at this. Really stunning bikini top, and what I really liked about this is that it's quite long line in terms of like the bralette style. Like it comes down quite far, so with those bikini bottoms you're literally gonna have the smallest amount of skin showing, which I'm really excited about, because it just means I'm gonna feel super confident, I'm gonna feel super comfortable. I really like the fact that even though this is plunging, it's still very like covered, so I thought this would be a really lovely option, because I don't want to be like walking around in a Love Island-esque bikini. No matter what, I just want to feel confident, covered, but still beautiful. And I think that's the main point of these bikinis, is they're really lovely. And then the last one that I picked up is this really gorgeous little sarong. So the sarongs that I have at the moment are like full length, and I wanted to get a shorter one just for basically chucking on, just to essentially cover my bum. So like, you know when you're walking around and you don't want to wear like a full-on skirt, it's maybe training on the ground, or you're going to get it wet, or you want to like dip your feet in, you just want something to wrap around yourself and basically cover your tush for when you're walking around. So I saw this really gorgeous black sarong that I thought would be really lovely. So I'm super excited to give those a try. New swimwear brand that I have recently discovered and thought would be such a lovely addition into my holiday wardrobe, ready for my next trip. So hopefully they're one that I will go back to, because they had some really gorgeous pieces on there. Pieces that, as I said, make you feel beautiful, are really covered, are really kind of like secure, but still very grown up and still very lovely. Now, this is a bikini that Ellie can get on board with. Look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. Such a stunning, supportive bikini. I really like that the fact that because these bottoms are just so high-waisted, it kind of means that I don't feel too exposed on top. It obviously is very plunging. You've got a bit of cleavage going on there, but I still feel really nice and supported. By the way, sorry, you can see the fan in the corner there. It's just so warm as I'm doing these try-ons, but I love it. And what you could do if you wanted to is literally pull them so that it looks like a one piece, which I really like as well. But I love the fact that you just have that tiny little bit of midriff. Such a gorgeous like covered bum as well. I don't feel too exposed. It's got like a really low back with the bikini top. I just absolutely love them. I think these are some of my favorite swimming costume bikinis that I've ever tried on, because it just feels so supported. It feels so comfortable. I feel so flattered. I am so in love. So I definitely recommend checking out We Are We Wear. This is such a cute set. And then just to show you it with the sarong as well. So it's just like a really short sarong, really simple. You can twist it to the side and it's really super flattering. It's basically just to cover your bum. That's pretty much the kind of purpose of this one, but I really like it. You can also tie it over your shoulders if you need like a little bit of sun coverage, but just to make it more of like an outfit rather than like I'm wearing swimwear. I think it's really cute. So I would definitely recommend checking out We Are We Wear. They have so many gorgeous pieces. I'm so impressed with the quality of these, and the price point is like really good as well. So very kind gift that they sent over to me. I'm really glad that I tried it, because I feel like sometimes when it comes to new swimwear brands, it's very daunting to try them, it's very difficult to try them, so I'm really glad that I could give this a try for you guys. So if you are looking for some swimwear for this year, for any holidays you've got coming up, We Are We Wear, top tier swimwear. It has been a long old day today. I've not been the best at checking in with you, so I do apologise for that. It is the end of the day now. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm just clocking off from work. It's been a busy day of shooting, filming. I've done lots of cutaways. I've done a couple of reels. So I have been so busy, and my hair has actually held up so much better than I was expecting, especially because of the heat and because of how much I've been doing today. I was definitely expecting the curls to just completely disappear, but actually I feel like it's held up really well. So I'm very impressed with the results from the Dyson Airwrap. Definitely recommend it to you guys as well, because I feel like, as I said, like sometimes it's really tricky knowing whether things are designed for our shorter hair, and you know, like designed for not having long luscious locks. Like we love our shorter hair, but I'm definitely gonna watch a few more like tutorials and videos about using the different attachments, trying out some different things, because I definitely think that I could really make the most of it. I don't want to have spent that much money on just that like one attachment to use, so I want to make sure that I'm using it for lots of different hairstyles, and I think I'm gonna have a bit of fun with it this summer. So I will link it down below if you are interested. I know it is a big investment, but maybe put it on your birthday list, put it on your kind of like wish list. You can maybe look for it in any kind of like sales, though I don't think the Dyson Airwrap ever really goes down into the sale. But yeah, I wanted to give you a verdict on how my hair was looking by the end of the day, because I know that was going to be the big test, was just whether the curls were going to last, and I would definitely say that they have lasted really well. So evening plans are basically going to take place here. The sun is shining so beautifully and it is just looking so lovely. So I think I'm going to set myself up in the shade over here next to my favourite hydrangeas with a good book, a cup of coffee, and wait for Alex to get home from work. So I'm going to leave this video here, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it testing out the new Dyson with me. Let me know your thoughts, and if you have any tips, if you have one yourself, please help a girl out. Leave them down below. Give me any piece of advice you can when it comes to using the Dyson Airwrap. I am all ears. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me the sun emoji down below if you got to the end of this video, because the fact that the curls have stayed in the heat wave is a big improvement compared to what my hair normally does when the heat is this scorching. Honestly, so hot here in the UK. So leave me the sun emoji down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.